I'm Sharon McCulloch. I'm the Managing Director of Strong Point Strategy. Strong Point Strategy is a business building, business transformation advisory services company. Strong Point helps leaders and teams build and scale their own companies by advancing and strengthening their business and leadership capability. We're beginning a leadership series in 25 Rules Needed to Lead. And I'm here today with Soraya Morgan Gutmann to talk about rule number 1, which is you can't work with a no. But before we get to that, I'd like to introduce Soraya. Thank you so much for joining me. And why don't you tell us a little bit more about CrossTalks?
Thank you, Sharon. My name is Soraya Morgan Gutmann. I am CEO of CrossTalks. It's a CEO think tank with a biblical perspective. I could not agree more with Sharon about no, and I'll share my thoughts in a minute.
Rule number 1 is you can't work with no. So I have very strong ideas about what that means to business leaders and teams, but we're here to hear what Soraya thinks of rule number 1 and what that means to her and her business members and her colleagues and why it's important.
So the idea of no, it's so easy when an employee comes up to us and says, can we try this, or can we do this, or is it okay if we experiment with this? What I have noticed, having been in business for over 15 years, is that there are really 2 camps of people that lead, and one of them is the manager mindset. And the manager mindset is no, no, no. Everything is a no, because when you say no, it's not a risk. When you say no, you're sticking within your box. The no mindset is very destructive. It's very destructive for the person. It's very destructive for the employees. If, however, on the other hand, somebody comes up to you with an idea that might be a little bit outlandish, what I have done is I would say, thank you for sharing. Let me think about it, and I will get back to you within 48 hours. And then I do think about it. And I have to say that there have been so many ideas thrown to me at CrossTalks, of which some of them were totally outlandish. And I absolutely had it in my mind that the answer was going to be no. However, what I've learned over the years is that the best ideas actually come from the bottom up. And I'm humble enough to know for sure I don't have all the answers. And so what I've done, even with the most outlandish ideas, is I've come back to the person, and first I said thank you, and then second I said, you know what, honestly I'm not a big fan of this idea, and here's why, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a shot at it, and we're going to test it, and we're going to measure it, and if it meets the expectations that we both have, then we can move forward. We're going to test it, we're going to measure it, and if it doesn't work, you know what, I'm glad we tried. So being able to say yes and, not yes but, yes and, with a measurement in place so that everybody knows what the expectations are, you could be pleasantly surprised.
Thanks, Soraya, for sharing your thoughts about rule number 1. Rule number 1, as a reminder, is you can't work with no. You need a yes mindset, you need a growth mindset to help your business scale and grow. So I'd love to hear about your thoughts about what rule number 1 means to you. If you're interested in learning more, please contact me, Sharon McCulloch at Strong Point Strategy. Thank you.